Hello to you and thanks for joining. Now, today we are going to be talking about the dating of the Exodus again, and we are looking at the traditional dating, that is to the Ramesside period. Now, the first and foremost argument for the dating to the 13th century during the reign of Rameses II is the inclusion in the biblical text in the book of Exodus of the mention of the Hebrew slaves building the cities of Pithom and Rameses. Now, these cities are known to have been built during the reign of Rameses II, Rameses the Great. So, this would be the earliest possible date for these particular cities to have been built by these slaves. Now, given that Rameses' son Meneptah tells of the fact that Israel is already in the land of Canaan during his reign, it would suggest that the only possible pharaoh for the Exodus is Rameses. Rameses is also a good candidate in the sense that he had a royal palace and a royal city in the Delta region during his reign. This would allow for the biblical account of Moses and Aaron coming to Pharaoh at what is seemingly very short notice. Most other pharaohs spent the majority of their time either in Memphis, which is now Cairo, or down in Thebes, which is Luxor. Another potential positive on the Rameses side is the fact that his firstborn son does not succeed him. His firstborn son dies in his 40s during Rameses' reign. So potentially he could have been the firstborn son killed during the final plague of the Exodus. Now, we do have a lot of cons in regards to the traditional dating, but I think the most prominent one and the hardest one to overcome is in regards to the city of Jericho. Now, if we place the Exodus in the reign of Rameses II, we then have to go about 40 years onwards to then look at the conquest in Jericho. The problem being that if we go to this period, the late 13th century and onto the 12th century, we find that Jericho is in fact largely uninhabited at this time. There is a small settlement on the city, but the large scale fortifications that fall down have happened in the 15th century, some 2 centuries beforehand. And none of the descriptions in the biblical text fit the city that is existing at this period. So, what do you think? Was Rameses the pharaoh of the Exodus, or should we be looking elsewhere for the date of the Exodus? Comment below what you think and follow along for more about the Bible and its history with me, Bear.